I've been thinking a lot about comfort lately. Not the obvious kind, not the couch or the warm blanket. I mean the invisible comfort that surrounds our entire lives. Because if we go back just one or two generations, life looked completely different. Getting food wasn't something you did with an app. It meant farming, raising animals, preserving what you had, and planning for winter. Clothes weren't cheap and disposable. Most people had a few pieces for daily life and maybe something nicer for special occasions. And staying warm in the winter wasn't automatic either. You had to build the house, you had to chop the wood, and you had to keep the fire going. And if you needed something you couldn't make yourself, well, shopping often meant traveling a long distance. Life required effort every single day. And because of that effort, people developed something we rarely talk about today, and that's resilience. They didn't choose hardship for self-improvement. Hardship was simply a part of life. But today, our reality is almost the complete opposite. Food is everywhere. We don't grow it, we just order it. Clothes are cheap and they are endless. We buy more than we need and throw them away without thinking. Our homes regulate temperature automatically. We barely notice the seasons anymore. And if we want something, we just click a button. Now, to be clear, this is incredible. Modern life has given us safety, convenience, and opportunities that previous generations couldn't even imagine. But comfort has hidden costs. When life removes friction, it also removes the things that make us strong. Because strength doesn't come from ease, it comes from resistance. And this is something I started noticing when I began experimenting with fasting. Historically, fasting usually meant one or two things. You were either sick or you simply didn't have enough food. And hunger wasn't a choice, it was a reality. But today, it's completely different. We are surrounded by food at all times. Every season has every type of food. Now, every store is full. Every phone can deliver something to your door within minutes, which makes fasting surprisingly difficult. Not because our bodies can handle it, but because the temptation never disappears. We've become so used to constant access that even a short period without food feels uncomfortable. And that discomfort reveals something important. Most of us don't actually know what hunger feels like anymore. Real hunger, not I skipped lunch. But the kind of hunger humans lived with for thousands of years. Now, there's this quote I keep coming back to. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Whether that cycle is literally true or not, the idea behind it makes sense. When life becomes too comfortable, we slowly lose the qualities that build the comfort in the first place. The discipline, the resilience, and the endurance. Now, Michael Easter talks about this in his book, The Comfort Crisis. His argument is simple, but it's powerful. Humans evolved to face challenges. Physical challenges, environmental challenges, periods of uncertainty and scarcity. And when those things disappear completely, something in us starts to break down. We become softer and more fragile, less capable of handling difficulties. But that doesn't mean we should reject modern life. Comfort isn't the enemy, but when comfort becomes too default for everything, we stop growing. And that's why I am increasingly drawn to doing things that are a little bit uncomfortable, like fasting, like growing my own food, like walks without distraction, or even taking the stairs without using the escalator or a lift. Not because suffering is somehow noble, but because discomfort reminds me what I'm capable of. It reconnects me with something older and something more human. And the strange thing is, the more we voluntarily step into discomfort, the stronger we become. And this becomes so obvious when you stop fasting after 3 weeks. You become so powerful. And that means the real danger of comfort isn't that it feels good. It's that if we never leave it, we slowly forget how strong we actually are. Now, if this was too much, the next video is going to be somewhat like this. So if this was after your liking, I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.